Hello my friends, this is your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi, and this time it's a channel update. So before I begin, I want to thank each and every one of you for the heartfelt comments about my mom and your well concern for her. She's back home now, and I'm trying to set everything right with the services long overdue for her. Namely, trying to get her back to some kind of level of normalcy. And I had to do a few things I normally wouldn't do. Some of which involve her therapy, in which had to get rid of one company in order to make way for a newer company. This one is more inclined to the benefit of the betterment of their patients. And since we've been dealing with this for quite some time, we're finally connected. So technically been looking through a lot of services that would require a lot of help. Namely physical help, because I cannot do anything physical. Only because, well, I have cerebral palsy, so therefore, there's some things I can do and some things I can't do. And within the realm of physical strength, I'm sorely limited in that regard. Aside from that, it's just been one long ass day. Trying to make sure that all the pieces fall into place, and for what it's worth, down the line, I think everything should turn out to be okay. So I had to hold down the camp yesterday. So today's Saturday. It's all gonna start Monday, so I think it's safe to say that, after this, Mom will kind of slowly snap back into her level. And for what it's worth, I think it'll be okay. I mean, right now she's mentally out of it. I think that's what it is. After everything that's happened, she's like supposedly draining herself of everything that's been happening to her. So the strength is there. The will, not so much, but the strength is there. So that's basically the beauty of it. It's like she's there. She's not as responsive as she was before the move, but she's there. She's getting there. So we're just gonna give her a bit of time, just to let everything come into place. That's all. So I had to tell you guys once again. Thank you for the heartfelt support. And speaking as a representative of the Tenkai household, Domo arigato gozaimasu. So now we have that done and out of the way. Let's move on to the. Let me start that again. Trust me, I just been just very tired as of late. Skipping meals and whatnot. I'll be alright. Okay. Okay, so we're going back to the channel update. And I have been doing a lot of off-screen recording. And I do have a few projects I am going to slap on the radar when I'm actually done with my current Let's Plays. At least 3 of them I plan to just basically finish, and the ones I still got going will also be put on off screen, which is, you know, me just finishing the game, making the parts, and just, you know, when I'm done with it, post them. So on that list will be Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger will be back on the roster as soon as I just sit down and, you know, put the parts together. Also on the list is going to be Front Mission. That's going to be back on the radar. And Earthbound will also be back on the radar, along with Fada, the Emblem of Justice. Yeah, all those projects I plan that I've been working on, say early on last year or so, I'm going to bring them back, as well as Tales Symphonia. And if so, I might bring back God Eater. But, you know, like I said, with everything that is going on right now, it's going to take some time to me getting back to actually, you know, putting a lot of things in rotation. But I still plan on putting things in. I still plan on bringing back old series and putting them into rotation and basically finishing them. So I'll share with you what I've been working on that I'm going to slap onto the channel in the not so far future. I've been working on 3 games off camera. Well, maybe 4. But 3 so far that I have. Oh no, I'd say 4 because one I finished already. The first I've been working on for quite some time would be Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. So there may and may not be. I'm going to say there may be save states involved with Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Because I ran into one instance in which I would really need to save state. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's going to be a save state. If need be, I'll have a save state ready just for, you know, should something really come up and I might have the chance to lose a character. I'm hoping it's just not one of the main characters. That's all it is. Side characters, but the main characters who's going to be going into my party a lot, those are the people I'm going to have, you know, full on priority to. So that's something that I'm going to basically put into account. Another game I have also been working off camera on and recently finished is Flying Warriors, aka Hero no Ken 2 and 3. And what I might do over the weekend, if I have time and energy to do it, is show off Hero no Ken 2 and 3 in not as a Let's Play, but you know how Flying Warriors became what it was through those two games. So yeah, if you want to mark your calendars for that, you can. Another couple of games I've been working on since then are Kingdom Hearts and Yakuza. So I've already started recording those two. So another game that I also plan on doing, and I'm really looking forward to this, aside from all the other games aside from all the coming attractions I've posted already, is Rent a Hero. And I stated this in my Flying Warriors Let's Play that it will follow. It will follow that. It will follow Flying Warriors. So yeah, I haven't done a master system Mega Drive game. So this should be the first of a few translated Mega Drive games I have. Plus, on top of that, it'll get me into finishing up Vi. So yeah, there are a lot of games I plan on starting and finishing, but the smart thing I'm going to do is put the parts together and just, put the parts together and say, maybe put some up during the week and whatnot. Just cycle through a lot of games that I have that is like partially finished to almost being finished. So, to that regard, I am definitely going to do that. So with that said, it's a lot to take in, but then again, I'm trying to basically get back in the swing of things. All the while trying to basically not worry so much about, trying to get everything situated. And, at the same time, trying to make sure I take care of myself in the process of doing so. So, me doing Let's Plays is basically so many things, so many things that can happen in Let's Play, Basically, it's my release. Doing Let's Plays to me is my release, so whether if I'm doing something like that. Oh yeah, and I before I forget, yeah, Secret of Stars, I am going to put on hiatus just to do some level grinding. That's all. I'm going to put on a short hiatus. So if you don't see any parts up next week, all I'm doing is just doing some level grinding for the second half of the game, and then next time I will be more leveled. I'll be much more stronger than I was in the previous part. So therefore, you'll be seeing something else in the meantime. Don't worry, I haven't dropped the game. It's just I'm going to basically do a bit of preparation for the next couple of areas. That's all. Aside from that, as most of you have seen, the coming attractions for, say, that are coming, that I plan on doing and possibly starting for posting is, like I said, Yakuza, I've already finished Flying Warriors. Next I'll start on Rent a Hero, and other games. Oh, by the way, the trilogy. Now, what people don't know is that the first game in the Enix Revival series was ActRaiser. So people don't know that ActRaiser was the first game in the what is now known as the trilogy. Because it makes sense, you know. Because I do have the Japanese version of ActRaiser as well as the US version that I've already did. Now I might consider doing the Japanese version just because of different one little bit of difference that differs from the US version that the original version had. Namely, the character you play is God. And well, the only evil you are taking on is Satan. So therefore, you're taking you play as God in one area, you play as an angel in another area, or the follower, and then you basically are going after the devil in the very end of the game. So I may want to do that just because to show the difference between ActRaiser in the U.S. and in Japan, fully translated. So yeah, it'd be pretty interesting, you know. But yeah, after that, I may want to do ActRaiser last though, which will be called ActRaiser Japan or something like that. I don't know. But I plan on doing Soul Blazer, or in Japanese call it Soul Blader, Illusion of Gaia, and Terranigma, because those three games don't get too much exposure. And down the line, as another request, I plan to do Undertale. And I plan to do 2 routes for Undertale: neutral and peaceful. I'm not doing chaotic because there's no real point in doing chaotic. So first it's going to be the neutral, and then it's going to be the peaceful. And I know it has a bit of Toho or bullet hell ism in it, but I think I can deal with it. So that'll be before this year's up, though. So if I play my cards right and I pretty much do everything that I'm supposed to do, and pretty much get on to doing nothing but a mass load of recording, I could say I could have, say, a couple of games already on the list done, and those that have been on the list, but I have not been playing them in a while, they'll be slapped on as well, like Rumble Roses, and soon to be added to Rumble Roses, Legends of Wrestling. Because as strange as it is, I have 2 sports games I have not finished. Well, 1 sports game I have not finished, which I basically went on hiatus with because of trying to get the emulator set up. And now that I have it properly set up, well, everything sounds a little bit different. It sounds as it should be, as close to the actual console, even though the actual console sounds a whole lot better. But since I'm working with an emulator, you get what you pay for. So you're going to get 95% good, 5% whatever. Not 5% glitch. 5% glitch to compared to 95% stabilized. So, hey, you get 95%, you're good. Don't worry about the 5%. Some of it cannot be helped. That's it, you know. August is near the end, and pretty soon I'm going back to work. So that means, yeah, pretty soon I am going back to being a teacher and novelist. So whichever I'm going to do during that one day that I'm off, it's gonna be work. And I plan on going back to finishing my stories, and hopefully find one of them underneath my bed. And quite possibly, get some more books published. How about anything else happening? I'm still gonna take care of things at the house. It's just, I need to do more than just be here at the house. I have to make sure everything, make sure, what I'm doing brings in something. I mean, besides what I'm doing on YouTube, I gotta bring in something. I gotta make sure that what I'm doing as a novelist, it brings in some capital. And yeah, that also means doing the following. This is the following. If you are on my channel, I have currently done the following addition to it. I made the following addition to my book, which is on my channel. And on it is basically where you can actually order a copy of the book for yourself. If you skim over the Dorrance link, it leads you to my book, Legacy of the Seven Stars. The first of 7 books in the series. I'm still working on 3 and let's see. Yeah, I'm working on 3 and 4. Because already I've done 1, 2, and 7. I have not done 3, 4, 5, and 6 yet. I'm in the middle of 3. I need to finish 3, then move on to working on 4, and then after that 5 and 6, and then pretty much put them to book mode. And therefore, take it from there. But as I stated before, if you so choose to, you may go to the site that is linked on my channel, and it will lead you to the actual site of where you can buy the book. Now the book is, of course, $15 hardback, $10 if you want an ebook. And if you really want to push an envelope and you want to send me your book and sign it, I can do that. Of course, that means you're going to have to give me your address if you so choose to do so. You don't have to, and I don't have to, but it's the thought that counts because, I made the book myself, so, a little something extra. It'd be a little something extra from me to you. And you get the double signature. You get my character signature as well as my signature. So, in regards to that, if you want to get the book for yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, it is only optional if you want to buy the book in either form, whether it's ebook or hardcover. The only difference is within $5. That's all. Otherwise, you know what to do when you see my channel. You can share it with your friends, You can get the word around that, I do Let's Plays and whatnot. So that means if you have the following: Facebook, you can follow me there. Twitter, you can follow me there. Weebly, you can follow me there. Or even if you are on Google or YouTube, you can, of course, sub to my channel. Leave me a comment on my channel. And, make sure, it's nice, don't be an asshole. Just, it's your first time here, And if it is your first time here, then you'll actually see my face when if you're a first timer, you'll see my face and I welcome you to the channel. But if you're a long-time member, then hey, share the love, spread the wealth. Aside from that, I think that's all I need to say for now. So what I'm going to do is, the next time we see each other, I'll be doing something. And most likely, since this weekend is sort of in full effect, I'm probably going to finish a few games just so they can be knocked out and we can move on. And perhaps, I'll get started with continuing where I last left off. Or start up something new. Because with all the projects I'm doing, I'm trying to keep myself busy. And at the same time, make sure I don't go insane. Because, let me tell you, it's rough. And things are going to get even rougher as time goes on. So I also ask that you pray for me as well. Pray for my sanity, pray for my strength. Because I know I'm going to be praying. So please do keep me in your prayers, as this is a very trying time in my family. So therefore, I can only do so much. So grant me favor, y'all. Grant me favor. That's all I can ask. So with that, I'm going to, end it right here. So with that, my friends, I know I sound tired, and believe me, I had a very rough week. Until next time, whenever I feel like doing something, and I see you, I have been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi. Ichigo Musuko, aka PI7, and I'll see you sometime in the not too far future. So take care, God bless, have a wonderful and safe weekend, and Tenkai Muso.